sirike anatagomuwe na be papa mo anatagomuwe chindiagomo kalaka anatagomuwe na be papa mo anatagomuwe chomelala sirike anatagomuwe na be papa mo anatagomuwe chindiagomo kalaka anatagomuwe na be papa mo anatagomuwe chomelala sirike anatagomuwe na be papa mo anatagomuwe chindiagomo kalaka anatagomuwe na be papa mo anatagomuwe chomelala sirike ihe sirike n'ụwa n'ọkpọwa papa mo onye nwe ahụ n'ụwa n'ọkpọwa papa mo unu ahụ n'ọkpọwa papa mo onye na-ajụ m ebe m jere onye na-ajụ m ana m be papa mo anatagomuwe chomelala sirike anatagomuwe na be papa mo anatagomuwe chindiagomo kalaka anatagomuwe na be papa mo anatagomuwe chomelala sirike
Eze-Ana siri ezigbo ike. Ana m akpọku ụmụ aja n'Igbo, ụmụ Afrịka ka anyị chigata n'ọdịnala bụ ụzọ ndụ. Mgbe ọbụla ọ dị ka ha si n'ihe esiri gị ike, chigata kpọkuo chi nke ala nna gị. Ihe na-esi na nke onye akarịa, kpọkuo chi nke ala nna gị, kọsara ya etu o si wee dịrị gị. Na ihe na-esi na nke onye akarịa ndị Igbo na-ekwu okwu wee na-asị, kedu ka o si dị gị gịnị na-akpọku nna gị na ị na-akpọ nna gị ga-anụrịrị ọnụ okwu gị ma ọnụ ayịyọ gị. Ndị nna gị ha etinyere gị aka na ayịyọ ihe bụ mkpa gị ka ị nweta ihe ị na-achọ. Mana mgbe ị hapụrụ chi nke ndị nna gị ha, hapụ ya ancestors, wee sị na ị na-akpọ chi nke ndị ala ndị ọzọ, ọ bụrụ na ị bụ nne n'ebe a na-anụ olu agụ wee na-agụ nwa gị, agụ wee na-agụ nwa nebo gị, kedu onye ị ga-ebu ụzọ si nri wee binye? Nke bụ eziokwu, ị ga-esi nri bụ ụzọ binye nwa gị bifo isie wee binye nwa nebo gị. Etu a ka o si wee dị. Mgbe ọbụla ị nọ na mkpa, ịkpọkụzina onye nsọ nke ndị ụka anyarị, kpọkuo chi nke ala nna gị, kpọkuo ya ancestors. Nke bụ eziokwu na ha ga-ebu ụzọ nụrụ ọnụ akwa gị, maka n'ihi na ịbụ nwa ha, n'ime onye arụ ha. Mana mgbe ị hapụrụ ya ancestors nye na-akpọchi ndị mba ọzọ na ndị senti ndị ọzọ, nwanne ọ ga-ahapụ gị ahụ. Ọnya ka ndị wee na m anatago na be nna m, ya gazie.
Anatagomuwe na be papa mo.
Yeah, good morning viewers all over the world. Egwe ị nụrụ kịta bụ egwu si na ngalaba na-afụ gbasara mgbasa ozi ọdịnala Igbo n'Ugochi bụ ọdịnala temple a na-akpọ Nkwa group led by me. We have all the rights. Ọ bụrụ na like nya bụ egwu, jee na audio mark the iTunes and rest of them, chọọ nya bụ egwu ma download ya. For some of you that are seeing me for the first time, ma ọmụ Ogbuefi Eze-Ana Ugochi bụ n'Oraifite. Abụ m onye isi nchụaja n'Ugochi bụ ọdịnala temple anyị na-agba afa miri emi n'ụkwazị ọrụ mmụọ dị iche iche. Abụkwazị m onye isi nchụaja na ọdịnala Restoration Evangelical Mission, bụrụkwazị onye mgbasa ozi ọdịnala Igbo. So you can call me ọdịnala evangelist, I will answer, or a priest. N'ụbọchị taa n'oge awa nke eziokwu, nkụzi anyị ji wee bịa bụ obedience and loyalty. Obedience and loyalty, ya bụ isiokwu anyị ji bịa. Before we dive into today's lecture, important announcement. Don't forget that we are still in the month of March. Our group ritual for the month is still ongoing. You can join us anywhere you are all over the world, because distance is not a barrier in our work in the temple. Like, what you have to do is to forward your 3 prayer requests, then make token donation to the account number. A chat is them now WhatsApp and one other things we need for you in order to book you. We started this group ritual for upliftment, breakthrough, and liberation over 3 years now. We have lots of testimonies. But as you all know, we don't share testimonies on social media. Yes, we don't share testimonies on social media. Makadoro necessary bro hide matebia. But I can tell you, in Kenya na Eze-Ana too. One day to work with Makana carry off. Ajabo lobbying more, building personal relation with you more. Yes. So this morning, let's go in my temple to Aja go for Kubi Okuni Sindri Nesuelai all over the world. Friends of the temple, children of the temple, and members of the Restoration Evangelical Mission, and our fans all over the world. Yes, so if you are interested in joining us in our monthly ritual, what you have to do is forward your 3 prayer requests. I get them out and actually go for Kubi. Then make token donation to the account number. The chat is them na WhatsApp and one other details we need for you in order to book you. Let's now dive into today's lecture. So, everyone is interested, chat me on WhatsApp 0805 7837 I repeat 0805 7837 672 or 0813 8243 871. I repeat 0813 8243 871 or in our television screen you have number in the app. Now let's proceed. Remember our topic today is loyalty and obedience. Now, I want to talk about in creation. And well, the mundane laws, natural laws that governs this universe. The problem people are facing because they lack the knowledge. That is why I always advise you to seek for knowledge. One of my slogan is, what you don't know remains a mystery to you and not to all. And another slogan of mine is, if you are knowledgeable, you become a master. If you lack knowledge, you remain a slave. Take these slogans very serious. I can tell you, it will change your life. People normally run into challenges of life by what they are attracted to themselves. One of the reasons why you should always live an honest lifestyle is because it will pay you. That is why my lecture days back is the importance of keeping your volition pure. If you are a type that always keeping your volition pure, believe in me, you will never attract unnecessary negative energy to yourself. Some of the reason why some of you are running from pillar to post looking for solution to your problem is because of your lifestyle and church. You talk carelessly. You are not a royal person. Insubordinate and disobedient. Disobedient to Chukwu Okike pụrụ ime ihe niile. Disobedient to ụmụ mmụọ. Disobedient to human. Not being loyal to Chukwu Okike pụrụ ime ihe niile. Not even being loyal to entities of powers. Not even being loyal to ụmụ mmadụ. That is their problem. Every problem is not all about spiritual. And some problem you can solve by having common sense. Common sense. So I always tell you without missing any words that man is the architect of his problems. Man is the architect of his problems. There is nothing. Some people will always tell you that nature no balance. I can tell you that Chukwu Okike pụrụ ime ihe niile is not partial. I can also tell you, based on my experience in spiritual stuff, that whatever he does not deserve will not come to you. That whatever that comes to you is either that thing comes to you because you deserve it, or the thing comes to you because it's what you need to experience. Because we human beings mature only by experiencing. Example, if somebody have really stabbed you in the back in this earth planet, this earth life, or betray you, in the next life, you will be more cautious concerning that type of people. Yes. So what I can tell you is that whatever that happens to you here on earth, ụzọ ihe na-abụ ka a na-emeji, ọ bụrụ na esiri ya n'isi ahụọ ya ahụ. So whatever that comes to you is either is what you deserve, or that thing is for a lesson, and it is a lesson that you must pass in order to move to the next class. So whenever things are happening around you, learn not to be blaming anybody. Instead, learn the lesson therein for your own betterment. But you know, when people fail in whatever they are doing or find themselves, instead of them to look inward to see what and where they have gone wrong, they keep apportioning blames that this person is the one that hijacked my destiny. This person is why I did not succeed. But this person is this person is that. And by so doing, they can never excel. Because you see, when you take the responsibility and now begin to look inside you, because because of your problem is not far-fetched. But when you apportion blames to other people, then it will make you not to look inside you and see where you got it all wrong. Yes. If you understand the principle of life, you understand life is all about principle. Everything has been programmed. The only thing is that which way you want to follow, you key in. If you key into the positive vibration, oh, you'll be happy you did. But if you key in to the negative negatively, then you already set yourself against the natural norms and natural forces. Therefore, you get hot. Have you seen those engines that uses belt? Those grinding machines that uses belt? They move towards the right steadily. And if you allow them to be moving the way they are programmed, no problems. But you'll be hurt, you'll be injured. Whenever you want to use your hand to stop the engine and they redirect it to the other side that is not programmed, you'll be hurt. That is exactly what is happening in we human beings. If you don't know how to be obedient and loyal to human beings, you can never be obedient and loyal to God. Take it or leave it. I will give you some examples, even from the Bible, for you to understand that loyalty pays. Because I keep telling you, times without number, that whatever that is happening in this gross material world is prototype of what is happening in the spiritual realm. Whatever that have not happened in the spiritual realm cannot even come to people's mind to replicate it here on earth. That is fact. So what I'm telling you is, learn how to be loyal and obedient. That is the key. If not, you face downfall. Okay, let me use the story we are told, the allegorical story in the Bible concerning the Lucifer. Do you know what the meaning of Lucifer? Lucifer means the morning star. According to my research and those I have read, Lucifer is the most beautiful angel. But his only crime is because he is disobedient and lack of loyalty. He wants to be like the creator his master. That is only crime. It is not that he's not dedicated to his duties. It's not as if that he's not good to his work, but he lacked this loyalty and obedience. That is why we were told that he fought his master, trying to overthrow, and he was sent down. The same thing that is happening even in the military, even in Nigerian constitution, in the military law. Once you plan coup to stab your master from the behind, you will be dethroned. In fact, it's like they will even charge you treason, meaning you will die, because it's one of the highest crimes you can commit to a state. The same thing, the way it is in the world of physical, that is the same way as the world of the spirit. So, if you really want to enjoy this world better, to the fullest, learn how to be loyal to Chukwu Okike. You can never succeed in Nowa Chukwu. No one more. You can never succeed massively when you keep being disloyal, disobedient to the natural forces that are being programmed to take charge of this gross material world. You're going to hurt yourself. That is the truth. That is the truth. Even if you think you are working very hard by yourself, without displaying loyalty, yes, and disobedient, you avoid disobedience and be loyal, you can never move to the next class. You will fail exam. The only way you can succeed in life is when you keep showing total loyalty. Look at the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They have this loyalty within them, that as a that God Almighty, whom we serve, did not save us from this mess from the king, that they will never betray their belief. Yes, and they stood by it. And we were told, when they were put in there, the king later found out that there are more than, you can see more people, more than the people he put there. At the end of the day, they were saved. It's the power of loyalty. But whenever you disrespect and you are not loyal to whoever, even to Chukwu Okike, even to Umumu, even to your fellow human being, you are more dangerous than anything can be, because you are lukewarm. You are lukewarm. That's why it's even in the book of Revelation. Yeah, you are undecisive. You will be spit out of the mouth. You must be decisive on where you are standing. That is reality. You can never claim to be loyal then when you are sitting on the fence. It's not possible. So, if you are loyal to even the land you are living, the gods of that particular land will keep blessing you for being loyal to the laws. That is why I've been telling you many times in my previous lecture that you are under obligation to obey the rules, the laws of the land that house you. You are an Anambarian. You are under obligation to obey the laws of the state. you must obey the chief servant, the governor of the state. You're under obligation. Down to a town you are living, the kingmakers of town that hosted you. That, believe in me, that house, that town that hosted you welcome you with open arms. So you are under obligation to obey the laws of that community, that town that welcomes you. So down to even to the landlord, somebody that welcome you to his house, give you a room, maybe you pay as your landlord. You're under obligation to keep the rules set by the landlord. If not, the gods of that particular land will revolt against you. The only way you can come to that land and progress is when you obey the laws that establish that particular compound. The same way I have told you in my previous lecture that if for any reason, maybe if you are from Ebonyi state, you are from Enugu state, where they ate the python meat, the eke, if you really want to be successful, please, once you come to Anambra State as a whole, please avoid committing sacrilegious acts by defiling what is ihe dị ebube. Ndị ọbụla nwere ihe dị ebube na be ha. Like eke na side anyị, ọ bụ ihe dị ebube. So once you kill python, you have set yourself against the gods of the land, and you will never be blessed. Mark my word. I remember many towns I have traveled, even outside the country. Once you go there, recognize the forces that is there. Even you know that even if you are living in outside a place that is not your paternal place, in our world, you're supposed to recognize the gods of that particular land. You call them. Maka onye zọta na ọjọọ bute ịkpọkuo na obodo ịbịara befa iwe kpọwazie your ancestors. That is the norms. Because you need the blessings of your ancestors to succeed. So what am I saying in essence? Whenever you came to somebody's house, to somebody's town, as case may be, you are not loyal to the person. You are not loyal to the land. Believe in me, all the gods of that particular land will revolt against you. It's just a matter of time. You will never succeed. Nobody have ever succeeded in that manner. Nobody. It must end in disaster. Nature knows how it pays. Because you will cause more pain to that particular household, to that land that once housed you. There is a man I would want to tell you the story, brief story, called Emperor Augustus. Yes, that Emperor Augustus have a close bosom friend whom he welcomed so much to his throne, called Brutus. And this man did not know that even that Brutus connived with his enemies to dethrone him. So when the man, the emperor, saw enemies, he began to fight them as a warrior. At a certain time, he kept fighting, and believe in me, he's not ready to give up. Until a point where his bosom friend, who happens to be the second in command, named Brutus, came. When he saw Brutus, he was so happy that his bosom friend Brutus is here to help him defeat his enemy. But to the greatest surprise, Brutus showed himself that actually he's the one behind those attacks on him. When the Brutus now take a sword and stab him, he said, "You, even you, Brutus," he gave up because he felt so hot. Yes, he felt so bad because even the person he has betrayed him. The same thing is applicable to everywhere. I don't want to tell you the end story of Brutus because it's not going to end well. It's a story for another day. But let me tell you what happened to loyalty. Yes, that you know the story of Joseph, one of the sons of Jesse. Joseph was great from birth. He was destined to be great. Let me tell you one thing you don't know. Isi na-abụ eze na-ebido na nwa, adị ewute ya n'anya ọkụ. Isi na-abụ eze na-ebido na nwa. Yes. You know that even me, bido na mgbe ndị nọ na primary school, classes nọrọ na ya ndị wara ebe a ga-enye m prefect. Despite the fact that sometimes enwe recess enwe m ike n'ọrụ awa ike nọ na ndị mmadụ akwụsị aje n'egwuregwu or recreation, mma nọ na class gbaa ahịa dey use day by day. Let's me start from primary school. Enwere ike agwụ na agụ page a taa ekụziri taa amago na tomorrow na aga akụzi the next one. So mma nọ today go nke a ga-akụzi tomorrow. Sometimes ụfọdụ ndị mmadụ ọwụ na m feel like ije gba bọọlụ na field, mma nọ ebe ahụ na-agụ nke a ga-akụzi tomorrow, so that when auntie will be teaching it tomorrow, ọ bụrụgo m second year. So I na-enye m prefect till I finish schooling. Every class, even in higher school, is prefect. Notwithstanding, even when I join groups in religions, in Catholic faith, to the extent that under 23 years and under 22 years, I used to meet in parish council. You know what it means? What it means is that because members of the parish council, laity council and parish council is leaders of groups, societies in the Catholic Church. Anybody that is a core Catholic will understand what I'm saying. Because all at 22 years, I will go leader, I will go onisi na societies, that's the Catholic Church in our parish. You know what I mean? As I began so early, anywhere I'm put out, I will miss. Anywhere I'm put out, I nominate, I nominate miss. Obidoro from my childhood. About 19 I may miss about 19 I may miss till now. Till now. To the extent that I became the only Cindy's and also if I'm a name with timbers and calibers, men well in Gabasi. Yet I was nominated. Because never one I'm not. And I fought this leadership. All Karaka to Kunyala mother. So Udaya ka do munne Joseph for Tani made Joseph. They ganged up to extinguish the light. But they did not succeed. My name of God will live together, you know, idea. So their plan is that let them eliminate Joseph in one way or the other. But at the long run, Joseph went because Joseph had been destined to be great. And someone must be used so that he will be where his destiny is. Joseph was destined to be a king. And they cannot be in Israel to be a king because they don't have kingship there. So what happened? When his enemies are ganging up against Joseph, thinking that they had a Joseph, how have you been using them as a tool to catapult Joseph where they want him to be? You know what happened? Joseph was eventually sold to a far distance Africa. That is businessmen that normally travel all over the world to buy slaves. They sold him away and lies to their father. That animal ate him up. Now that place, the harmony na mmụọ use bego ha ka e wee mezuo akara aka David, Moses, Joseph. And Joseph remained calm in everything. I will not use because of betrayal or disloyalty or whatever, do evil. You know why? I will be smiling. Sometimes I will keep mute. All these things is normal things of life. Because you cannot even delay it. Because will live to now, Joseph was sold. And at that particular betrayal, he knew that his own brothers sold him. But did he keep malice? He kept it to himself alone. That is how to know great minds. Even if in a state of facing all those challenges of life, they will keep smiling within them. Because they know and understand too well that what they mean future. Also could despite any conspiracy. Because he had to Odegoya. Who said that? Yes, he could the road again. Akarako wada mean future. Now, continue that way. He went there. Even when the Potiphar's wife promised him heaven on earth that he should disobey his master, betray his master, disrespect his wife, master, all in one. Because disrespect begets disloyalty. So, the wife of Potiphar promised him that if he disobey his master, that is going to pay him in cash and kind, maybe promise him heaven on earth. But did Joseph bother? No. Joseph said no. Let it be a taboo for me to bite the hand that fed me. Let it be a taboo for me to betray my master, because it's a cost. It should be a cost for me. Because once I do that, the gods of that particular land will never let me pay. You hear Potiphar, the money next to Potiphar will fight me. Because he understands he's a cold one. I believe that his spirits normally minister to him. If not everybody will withstand the pressure. Do you know the pressure of the mother, your guy's wife? He make you an offer to you. Promise you heaven and earth, including her body. He will promise you what he cannot even do. You know the temptation of a woman. After that, what? Joseph stood his ground. The woman must have threatened him that if you refuse to do this, I will set you up against my Oga. I'm sure Joseph stood his ground that even if you want to lie against me, so be it. I will never betray my Oga. And that is exactly what she did. When Potiphar came, he cried. You know, women now fabricated stories, cry and everything. And Potiphar believed her, his wife. And Joseph was sent to prison. Okwabarawo would live to Kenya. But they didn't know that Omomo was like using them, using their envy and jealous to catapult Joseph where Joseph was supposed to be. Your destiny will always find you. Hello. Your destiny will always, even when they put you in dungeon, even when they lie against you, that place in a dungeon. More connection abia. Game more police na dungeon puta. Iburu on ebe chuku sinegano. Akaraka ebe akodi. Ebe akodi. Maka I want to agba afa akaraka. I can look on your akaraka, tell you where you will be. ọ bụrụ na ị ga-adị oturu odi ị ga-adị oturu odi irrespective whether people kwuo ihe anyị na-akpọ oturu ose. O nwere ihe anyị na-akpọ oturu ose na afa language. Mgbe oturu ose wụ okwu ọjọọ. For me personally, I believe that there is no amount of oturu ose okwu ọjọọ i kwuru wee megide somebody's destiny ga stop onye anwa unless na Chukwu ekwubere, maka na ihe Chukwu dere na odebe ya. Who sera. That is the fact. So o wee bụrụzie na ọ dị like that, then Joseph kwechiri ka ya maka eje nga n'eziokwu. Ije nga Joseph would have been averted ma ọ bụrụ na o decided ka ọ na-eme ụmụ ihe ọlakịrị pụtụ with Potiphar's wife. But by so doing, he would have killed his destiny. The mission will not be achieved because ọ ga-anọ na be Potiphar na-eme ụmụ ihe ọlakịrị pụtụ a, and by so doing, he will not be on track ebe Chukwu chọrọ ka ọ nọrọ. Therefore, ọ ga-eluzu that crown ekwere na nkwa. Ntị ọ dịkwa mana o kwesịrị ike ka taa afụfụ a, because enwelu if there is no testing, there won't be any testimony. If there is no challenge, you won't be a champion. If there is no exam, passing of exam, you will not move to the next class. So I have learned it in life. One thing I will never do in life is to betray. I will not betray Chukwuoke. I will not betray Umumu. I will not betray human. That's why people knows me too well. I said, once Eze-Ana decide to stand by you, I will stand by you irrespective of whatever that is war against you. I'm going to club on here. I'm the founding secretary of that club, social club. So when there was so many agitation, father, I stood by him. I stood by him till his tenure elapsed. I stood by him because why I stood by him is that I understand that those people that are fighting him are just fighting him out of mere lack of understanding. I stood by him till his tenure finished. He became the pioneer founder. Then the new election. I have new election. I returned. I was still voted the secretary of the club. And the new president, once I accepted to serve in his government, his leadership, I gave you all the maximum support. That's me. Once I agree to work with you, I will give you all the maximum support and loyalty you need. I cannot believe that I'm with you while I'm not with you. No. I can never do it. Pretense, I hate it with passion. So that's me. But Joseph stood his ground, and the destiny still find him where he was in the prison. He saw, because he is a destiny a called one. He prophesied to a prisoner that he seen that soon he will be released. And behold, soon that particular guard was released. So when the guy went out, Pharaoh was like looking for somebody that will interpret his dream. He raised his hand and said, Pharaoh, my king, I know one person. His name is Joseph. I saw him in the prison. He said, go and bring him, go and fetch him. When they come, he interpreted the dreams and they come to pass. And the Pharaoh said, wow, and crowned him. Yes, the adjutor. Crown him the next to the king. That's how they say later become a king. You can see destiny. So what the message of today is, never you use because of Orokono or hatred because of your. Let me tell you one thing. Once you are called one, be ready to have people that will hate you for no reason. Yes, I'm not to take COVID. Called ones, every called one, even including Jesus. Yes, yeah, Jesus. Yes, I will tell you. Jesus is a called one. Even people that ate his food, there was a day his people called for outreach, his disciples. At night, he was like, can't you people decide these people? Because there is no food anywhere. To cut the whole story short, he later fed them. The next day they came. He told them that he knows because of the food they ate the other day. That's why they came. To cut the whole story short, eventually he was betrayed. The same people that ate from him said Eze-Ana in the highest. When the king, the pirate, asked them, this is the time of the year when I normally set a prisoner free. He now asked them, whom do you want me to set free today? Is it the criminal, notorious criminal, Barnabas, or their king, Jesus? Do you know that these people open their mouth and say, leave Barnabas, the kidnapper, kill their king? Are you surprised? There is this born hatred for cold ones. You know why? The hatred is because of your star. They see greatness, they see what you can do, what they cannot do. There is hatred. But the one thing they don't know, that even if they remove you from the way, they can never inherit your destiny, because destiny is here. Destiny is here. So that is what you know. So persuade or persecute you, then or persuading you to do the wrong thing or persecute you, remain firm, because or they are they just one winter. Ndị Igbo na-atụ ilu si na nwata buru agwụ buru ilo, mana ilo dị na agwụ a na-egbu nwata. Nke bụ eziokwu bụ na mkpọrọkọ na a na-akpọ dibịa buru ibu. Mkpọrọkọ na a na-akpọ onye dibịa buru ibu. Ụzọ gara ndị ọzọ ịga na ya ọ bụrụ okwu. Ihe na-eme ndị ọzọ mee na nke gị nwa, anyị akọ ya ọ bụrụ akụkọ. That when somebody na-akọ ọnụ na-akọ one popular pastor ama ama na Nigeria, why no ji dị popular, why no na nwaanyị ịtọ anwụsịa, as if na the same thing na-adị eme ndị ọzọ, mana ọ maka na anyị nwa bụ onye agwụ nke pụọ okwu. Yes, one popular pastor sit from Anambra. Okay, I know we na Lagos. I saw me baffy. Okwa the last wife the other day, I think last year. Ndị mmadụ ji wee na-agbụ ya agbụ na-challenge na-akọ ya ọnụ na-akpọ ya many things. Some people said unprintable things. Yes. As if na that thing merie na nwere onye nkịtị ọ na-eme, mana nke ndị ọzọ ha ga-look over it, mana nke ya ga-abụ enweghị ike ebu ya n'ọnya ka chọọchị ya ji aga n'ihu. Nwata buru agwụ buru ilu. O nwekọrọ ofu popular pastor onye Yoruba. Oke ya dịkwa very mighty na akụkọ na Nigeria ya agụnye nwoke ya nwere ike na-agba nọmba 50 n'ụka kacha bụ ibu na Lagos. Ma akpọkọ afọ ya nwoke. Ya bụ onye ụka ahụ amụtara nwa. Mana Chineke ya eke ọnụ nwa, Chineke jikwa ya alụ ọlụ. Mana ndị mmadụ ji ya na-amụkọ ya amụ na-akwa ya emu. Ụfọdụ nkwara ike isi na ya hụ na n'ọnwụ o kwesịrị ịmụta ka o ji wee dị fame. People will be saying so many things. Ị na-ajụzi onwe gị, look in your own village. E nwere ndị amụtara nwa dịkwa poor. Did anybody accuse them? No. Maka na ha eburu agwụ, maka na nwata buru agwụ o buru ilo. Ihe na-eme na nke ndị ọzọ mee na nke gị, they term it. Maybe na n'ọnya ka iji elekwa ọgwụ, ma n'ọnya ka iji elekwa ya destiny. They will say all those things. Mana look down in the villages, if you ndị na-pass quite the same problem, but they will not tag them anything, because ndị nke ahụ eburu agwụ ha eburu ilo, o nwekwara ike ha dịkwa oburu. Ha dịgodo oburu ka ya tag nke ha anything. Mana nke gị nwa, mkpọrọkọ ọnụ a na-akpọ dibịa erika, mkpọrọkọ ọnụ a na-akpọ ndị pastors erika. Oge ka m were Ebuka Obi maatụ. Ọ bụrụ so ya bụ nwoke of his age that decided not to marry. Ọ bụrụ so ya nwa. Enwekwara other things. Ụfọdụ nwere ike si n'ihe si n'iyi ụwa ya. O nwere ike ọ bụ ihe si n'iyi ụwa ya na-akpasara ya ihe, ma ihe si n'iyi ụwa eme ya. Ọ bụ na asị na onye agwụ gbara ọfọ obodo ka ijere ọsọ a na-eme. ị marọkwa ihe nwaanyị merie n'ụwa mbụ ya mere o ji wọfụ nwaanyị taa ọ na-agba ụkwụ ya na-akụ ya n'isi, mana ndị mmadụ ga-ata aka ihe ọzọ na o nwere ike ọ bụrụ ebe o si enweta pawa mere siri ya ga-ekwu ekwu. Ntị ọ dịkwa, I can tell you. Ị na-ajụ ndị mmadụ kedu ihe ndị mmadụ kpatara na instead of using that energy they have for themselves to work for their own, to escape poverty or escape changing their environment, changing their life, they use so much energy to gossip about others. They exhibit so much hatred. They pay more attention in gossip. When you are suffering, nobody recognizes you. But when you, it's like you are eating, people will tag one thing or the other. Nwa ogbenye nwụọ, o nwere ihe ọ bụ. Mana nwa ọgaranya abụọ nwụọ, ọ bụrụ na ọnya ka o ji nwee ego. Ntị ọ dịkwa. Ihe niile abụ ilo na asị. Mana nke kacha njọ bụ somebody that na-ekpọrọ ya person will be betraying you. Nke bụ eziokwu na nwebere onye ọbụla merie na onye chi ịza akpa ya za akpa, onye chi ịzakọrọ onye azakọrọ. The worst thing that will happen to any human being is to betray the hand that is feeding you. It's better you quit. It's better you stop pretending, because the ending at the end well. Reason bona na forces will always na amagibe. But why? But you are not deserved. You are not supposed. Even if others do, you are not supposed. Because this is hand that fed you. Learn from the same today's lesson, and it shall be well with you. Loyalty and respect. All those things are very important in creation. If you can avoid these things, it will always help you to keep your evolution pure. Because it's only when you keep your evolution pure, people will be seeing your loyalty, people will be seeing that the evolution is pure. I can tell you, favor and blessings follows it. It's not the amount of money somebody is giving you, what most important. The recommendation more and recommendation more, that's what counts. But let me tell you what will shock you. Whoever that is using you against somebody will never trust you tomorrow. Example, if Joseph decided to do Mihola Repotua with Potiphar's wife, she will use her. He used Joseph for a while and he will not Joseph. Tomorrow he will not trust Joseph. If anything that has to do with trust, he will be scared that if Joseph can betray his oga, me, I can't trust him because Joseph can still betray me in future. If somebody is using you for a job, the person will never trust you. When the things that matters, trust will not come, because you believe that the person might be using you in anything concerning our job, but things that matters, you look for someone else. Let me stop here. If you have any question in today's lecture, use today's lecture that is all about common sense. Common sense. To learn that there are some people. Do you know these able people you are seeing up here? Some politicians will use them during the time of election, and that's ends it. But during the time of appointment, things that matter, they will begin to look for solid allies, dependable friends. Learn from this and it shall be well with you. Let me stop here. If you have any question in today's lecture on nature about family, chat me on WhatsApp 0805 7837672. I repeat, 0805 7837672 or 0813 8243 871. I repeat, 0813 8243 871. 0813 871. Now that screen you only this realize this you could here for the number. Now had to go keep putting me in could be more because this in all over the world. I said no maka melon, no each baron no gada, no each hojo yamon. I said may the blessings of Chuko keep putting me here in the be with you all. see you tomorrow n'oge awa nke eziokwu. Ọ bụrụ na ọnwa egburu ji eji wee chụọ aja emechaa na ọya ekwu ome ka emesịa.